Hey guys, happy weekend, happy Saturday. I got a phone call from John over at Blue Moon Cycle, and his friend Drew apparently has a collection of vintage vehicles, and one of them is a bug. So of course I'm heading out to northern Atlanta. I call it northern Atlanta, up in Cummings, Roswell, Alpharetta area. Heading up there to go check out Drew and his car collection. Let's go check it out. Yeah. So this is the place. I'm a little excited because, John had said that Drew has been collecting cars for a long, long time. I think he even sold them some artwork. And I'm excited to see what Drew has in store for us. So, we'll take a look. Excited. He said just come to the fence and, hey, Drew. I guess it's open. Hey, man.
Hey.
Good to see you.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me over.
Of course. Come on in.
Appreciate it. I've heard all these things from John about your collection, and. Oh man!
Don't believe anything John says.
Oh man, look at this Bronco, Drew. Okay, so I had I was lucky enough to make a movie here in Atlanta. It's called Stars Fell Again. It's a romantic comedy, and they walk up to the car and they go,
Nice Bronco.
That is my dad's third child.
But I'm thinking too right now. This Bronco is awesome.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's 75.
Do you lease it out to movie productions and stuff?
No. I haven't rented anything. I know John was doing a bunch, but I haven't rented anything. I was gonna do some things for like weddings and things like that, but then just nothing ever came out of it. But I got this locally in 2004, and the guy had it. He was a customer of mine when I had a motorcycle dealership from 2006. And he had it, and he would show up on it, and I was bugging him every day. I was like, you got to sell that to me. So he would not do it. And he had it for years.
So wait, so you first got this car when?
04.
04.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were always a Bronco guy?
No. I always loved them. Always wanted a 4x4. And then a customer of ours had it.
Top comes off?
I just got the top. I've been looking for years. Well, I actually, when I bought this in 04, had it for 2 years, sold it in 2006 when we moved to California, and then regretted it. All that time, and then bought it back in 2017.
Where in California would you live?
San Francisco.
Okay, yeah. Dude, with the tires and the fender skirts and everything.
It's great.
Kimball
loves it.
There was a whole thing about these fenders being cut out, so people cut it out and make it or whatever.
I think the rear was done like that.
I see. I like it so much better with them on.
It's got a little bit of a lift on it, but nothing too drastic.
It's awesome. It's
but
really
I just
cool.
found the hardtop in Atlanta. This guy had it. I was the first guy to get him on Facebook Marketplace. He's like, man, everybody's been pinging me for this. So I finally got that, and then it's going next week for air conditioning. So because I can't drive it in the summer. Yeah,
there's no way. Top down, you need AC on.
Yeah.
Okay, and then on the back of the what do you put on the back of your Bronco?
I did. So this was my father's, and he bought that in '74 from Vespa Honda Miami, brand new, and it's the first year Honda ever did a two-stroke for sale to the public.
So do you race? You ride?
No, it needs to be redone. I would like to do some vintage racing on it, but I'd have to have the motor redone.
Yeah. Is the vintage motor scene big in Atlanta? Like track stuff?
Yeah, and then I know they do a bunch of racing at Barber Motorsports.
Okay.
During the vintage weekend.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of races all over.
But I can't get past this Bronco.
Yeah, it's cool.
Look at this Bronco. There's a bunch of people. There's the Atlanta Film Commission. They have a website, and you can like post your vehicle and your terms or whatever.
Really?
So if looking for you, they can go through and go, oh look, this guy's a Bronco. He's looking.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so I think that if you did that, and if you're interested in film productions, this car is picture ready, man. This is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's cool. It's got the 302 V8 in it. So
original paint. It looks like it's original.
No,
paint.
It's not original paint. Actually, this was a service vehicle from what the guy I got it from years ago. It was a park ranger vehicle.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere out west. So it's got the original color.
Here we go.
It's got the original color underneath. So it's like this crazy orange.
Look at this motor. Holy cow.
Yeah.
This is like Napa yellow, right?
I don't know what it is.
It's
but
awesome.
I think it's the color that they painted all of their vehicles for the Forest Service.
Yeah. This is awesome.
Yeah. And then the guy who I got it from actually traded a case of Jack Daniels for this paint job.
I mean, it's a good trade. I think.
Yeah,
I think he, did a good thing. And
it's a cool single stage.
It's totally, yeah. Can we hear it fired up?
Of course.
Awesome. Look at this motor. Holy cow. Oh yeah. Wow.
She's super reliable. I almost lost her about 5 years ago. I was sitting right here, and it was a big storm coming. It was in the summer. I was going to put it in the garage. I started it up, started smelling gas, and it's just a fireball.
Oh
underneath.
no!
Yeah, it like exploded underneath. You can still see.
Oh yeah.
So it took 6 fire extinguishers and me hooking up the hose to get it out. I almost lost it. It melted everything underneath.
Oh my gosh.
But it was
okay.
fine. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I guess that's why I see like a lot of people have on their roll cage those extinguishers.
I've got 2 big ones in the back. But and now, because of that, I never drive my old cars into my garage. I always go outside, turn them off, and push them in.
Okay.
Only for that reason.
Yeah.
I don't want it started in my garage.
Wow. Wildfire. You know, everyone paints their inside of their engine compartment differently, right? And a lot of people do dark colors or whatever. But I heard that if you paint it a lighter color like this, the light reflecting off helps you like see better. And that's actually true. As I'm looking down here, like you can see because the light hits the yellow and back. Now suddenly this is all kind of lit better. Versus if it was all black, it would be so dark. You're like, where is that nut at?
Yeah.
So yeah, brighter, lighter colors, man. It's a real thing.
Yeah, but I like having the
Color
original color underneath it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
It has a history.
It
and
does.
And the Jack Daniels paint job makes me thirsty.
I know.
Just by looking at it. Okay, this is awesome, and apparently there's more.
Yeah, there's more. Let's go check it out.
So, you know, obviously I'm a Bug guy, and love Volkswagen Beetles and all things air-cooled, and John was like, yeah, he's got a couple Beetles, and I'm like, I want to go see his Beetle, so. Oh, man. What? Drew.
Yeah, totally original.
Holy cow.
34,000 original miles.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous. Yeah, sun
Yeah.
yellow. Look at that. So my first car was a 75 convertible Super Beetle, right? So I love this car. Look at this.
I love it too. I'm just not in love with the color.
Okay.
It's just the yellow I'm not crazy about.
Okay, so would you consider doing a paint job on it then?
No, I wouldn't mess with it because it's so original.
Yeah.
The only thing that has been changed is the front shocks and the tires.
Right.
Everything else.
Because the rims are original, yeah.
The rims are original.
Yeah.
Everything, the interior, everything is completely
the little
original.
Wolfsburg post
Little cover there.
For the cover for the thing.
But I mean, there's a little bit of surface rust here and there, but I just wouldn't touch it. I mean, it's just.
No, man.
It came out of Ohio, of all places.
Okay.
And a lot of people are afraid of cars that come out of Ohio or up north.
So, yes. So for me, you know, the money shot for these cars is all the grills, because you know you got this grill up here, right, and then this awesome grill down here, which you know, I don't know. It just makes
cool.
It so mean. It's just awesome.
Yeah, and it drives like it was built 2 years ago.
Really?
I mean, it's amazing. Yeah, I've driven a lot of Beetles, and they all drive differently, of course. But when you have one that's just untouched and just never been messed with, and it still has the original fuel injection system.
Oh,
a lot of them do not.
No, because they're so hard to work with.
Yeah,
they're
I don't know. I guess I'll just go to carburetor when I'm done. when it dies out.
I love this interior. Look at this color.
It's really
awesome.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. I have a project I'm working on, and I'm looking for colors, and like this is the color, man.
I like the brown.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And you have all the dash. See, my dash was totally roached. I didn't have this great. Yeah, and you've got the
well, that's
numbers.
the thing. That's the thing with this vehicle.
Can we sit in it?
Of course, especially from being up north.
Oh, yeah.
From being up north, I think they always a lot of the owners kept them in the garage, especially convertibles. So the story with this one is that I got it from a guy who heads up the 1979 Beetle Facebook group.
Okay.
And he bought it. I believe he bought it from the son of the original owner.
Okay.
And she, I guess, she just couldn't drive it anymore, and it was just a one-owner vehicle when he bought it. And so I got it from him, and he was local. So he's in Dallas, Georgia.
If they drive it in the summertime for a couple weeks and they garage it the whole rest,
That's it.
And they take it out, they tune it, they take it all the fuels,
exactly right.
fluids out, prep it for winter,
Yeah.
and then whatever. So yeah, man, this is awesome. Look at this.
Yeah,
Wow.
the fuel injection system, everything is still there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, these are a nightmare to work on.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be converted, but as long as I just keep putting a few miles on it here and there,
Yeah.
she'll keep going.
It's great. So for this car, you don't want to do anything to it. You're just going to drive it and love it, and that's
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
It's just too original to mess with.
I totally agree. But you're going to car shows sometimes, right? Or drive-ins or things like that.
Yeah. I'll do that.
It's great. Look
But
at
I
this.
love it, when the sun goes down and you just want to do a sunset cruise or something around here in Milton, through Milton and Alpharetta. It's perfect for that.
So my favorite thing about this car, can you open the hood for me?
Of course.
I'll show you. I'm sure it's there. Mine didn't have it, but I know that yours being so original, I'm sure it does. Is this crazy feature that, I'm sure what German engineer was like, what's a good idea for windshield wipers? I know. We're going to put the reservoir here to put your fluid in, which makes sense, right? And then they run the hose to the container, obviously. But what pressurizes it? So the hose goes down and it goes into, can I pick this up?
Yeah, the spare's not in it.
Okay, well, if there was a spare tire here, it's connected to the spare tire. So as you try to pump water out your window thing here, it deflates your spare tire. So when you stop having, I know you know this, but so when you stop having any pressure in your, why can't I wash your window anymore? That means your flat.
Well, you got a clean windshield, but when you have to change your tire, you got a flat tire, right? So yeah.
I love it. It's like we have a mission. We must spray the window with water.
Yeah, exactly.
All it take. All the air from your...
It makes sense.
It makes total sense. I mean, use what you got, right?
Yeah.
So this is clean, dude. This is really clean.
Man. Yeah.
Really, really nice.
It's got little things here and there, but it's got that, I guess the northern cars, it was common to have that undercoating sprayed on.
You have to, with all the salt in the roads and everything.
I had a 75 Legrand bug, the fancy one.
Okay.
And it was sprayed. I mean, it was covered. The guy I sold it to in Arizona, he had a collection. He actually sent me pictures. He had one of the dry ice process done, and that dry ice took it off, and it looked brand new underneath.
Oh, wow.
It was really cool.
Okay, I wasn't aware there's an undercoating removal process.
Yeah,
so.
dry ice does it without damaging the paint or stickers or anything like that. Yeah,
nice. I'll look
it's
into
expensive, but it's worth it.
Yeah, especially if you're gonna have old vintage cars like this.
Yeah.
What a great little garage, though. It's like just the size for a bug and a bite, and bikes over there, and it just
This is
right.
my Volkswagen shop, right?
This is sick, dude. This is so sick. I love all your hubcaps. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you never know what project's coming up. So.
Yeah, you got to do the moon globes all the way across.
Actually,
right?
I had some different slotted wheels on my 60 Beetle, and it had those almost Porsche Wolfsburg caps up there, but I kept those, and I just went with the smoothies on that.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You have even more Beetles.
Yes.
We'll have to check that out. Yeah. This is awesome. I think for today I'm gonna call it because we should go for a ride.
Okay. Let's do it.
Thanks, man. So good. I haven't been in the bug in a while, so this is great. Wow.
Make sure I close.
Yeah, you're right. A little bit of air conditioning makes all the difference. And when I sold my Beetle, the guy was like, I'm gonna put AC in it. And I'm like, you can it's your bug now.
That 75 I had AC,
yeah.
but it sucks so much power.
Yeah, and also just sucks generally. It's not great.
Yeah.
AC is not great. All right.
What do you want me to do?
Let's go for it. Going to ride the bug. Nice. This is amazing. Look at you with the automatic openers. Because, right?
You got to. I'm not getting out to open it.
Forget about that. Awesome. Jump in back. Nice. Awesome.
I'll be at home and I'll be like, I'm gonna sell the yellow Beetle, and then I'll drive it, and I'm like, I'm not selling the yellow.
Can't sell the yellow Beetle. There's no way. It's too nice.
It is too nice.
And people look at this and they just smile, right? It's just it's a happy car.
Everybody has a story.
I know the fuel injection's hard. I know it's hard to work with, but it sounds so good.
And I haven't had to do anything with it.
Yeah, you're one of the fortunate ones.
I know.
Yeah, so keep that.
You see them all the time for sale, and they're like converted, and I was like, I don't know why. But I think there's a guy in Marietta that knows how to work on them.
Okay.
But I think you can get a lot of the relays and stuff. People can probably rebuild that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. There's always that one guy who has the thing,
Yeah.
I think too, like if your car was already converted to carburetor, you're like, I'm gonna put it back, I'm gonna go back vintage. That's hard to find.
Yeah.
Those parts to put it in and then calibrating it from what not supposed to be there.
Well, what I was told by somebody that a lot of the fuel injection systems were taken off because a lot of the mechanics when these came out didn't know how to work on them.
Right.
Then later, the Porsche 914 used the same Bosch fuel injection, and so a lot of the 914 guys, Porsche guys, were buying up all the fuel injection systems off the Super Beetles and putting them on their 914s because they were so much more expensive if they said it was for a Porsche.
I see. Yeah, because I mean, also you're so well versed in carburetors. The last thing you want to do is learn a whole new fuel system.
Yeah.
Like no, I got all these parts and whatever. Now I'm going to change it all up for this, and it runs really great, dude. You can't sell this
amazing.
car. Yeah.
I
Don't
know.
trade this car for like a basket of whatever goodies or
No,
don't do it.
I know. Every time I drive, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not going to sell it.
And I know yellow's not your favorite color, but it's easy to find in the parking lot. You'll always know
That's
you're
right.
never gonna lose it, whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds you of like Nordic luggage, that yellow color, or whatever.
It is.
Or the Sony Walkman.
I'll learn to love it.
Yeah, you'll learn to love it. Yeah, I love this car. This is great.
I thought about driving it like in the fall when it gets a little cooler, like driving it to like New Mexico or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Just doing it cross country.
Yeah.
But then I was like, well, if it was a carburetor, I wouldn't have any kind of problem with it. I would be able to fix it on the side of the road. With the fuel injection, I'm like, what would I do?
What fun is that if you just can fix it right away? Like, who wants to run forever? No, but the fuel injection has a little more power, right? It's less
a little bit, yeah.
It just sounds really good. Because I was like, where's that loud Volkswagen sound?
Well, in the single tip exhaust, they don't have that same small, like the 60.
Like the pea shooters, whatever, yeah.
It's that ball bearing sound that the Beetle is classic for.
Yeah. This sounds like a car, like
yeah,
almost like a Porsche. I guess if you were the Porsche guy, you could do hydraulic lifters and a hydraulic camshaft, right?
You could
up it
with 1600cc motor. You can put some power.
This could be ridiculous. Yeah, it shifts so nice.
Oh, it shifts great. This thing, you can go on the expressway 80 miles an hour, no problem.
Wow, it's gorgeous. Yeah, I love it, dude. So clean. Yeah, I feel like you just got it like off the showroom floor, 1978, right?
That's what it feels like.
It's a freaking time capsule. I'm just excited. Roundabouts in the bug all day. Yeah, dude, thanks for spending the time with us and everything.
Of course, yeah, no, it's
really
fun.
treat. I absolutely love it. Oh yeah. This is great. Okay, so the bus is going to come, and you're going to have a whole new project.
Yeah.
Every 6 months.
I'm excited about it. It's got air conditioning. He said it works really, really well.
Okay.
So.
Okay. I believe him. Well, I think that I know you're not in a dealership mode anymore, but you kind of still have a dealership, but you're like, what's in my new inventory?
Yeah.
Get rid of the old inventory.
I always have to be on the hunt. Always.
Yeah. That all your cars are so beautiful, and you keep them so well. So
I appreciate it.
Without people like you, those things are lost in time, And
well, I think of them as an investment too. I mean, it's like everybody's got money sitting in a high yield savings account or something like that. But what fun is that?
You cannot drive those.
No.
Yeah. And the market goes up, market goes down, but the 60s bug lives forever, and the bus will live forever. And yeah,
or at least that's the reasoning in my head.
You got to justify crazy somehow. Yeah, we're back. Awesome, dude. This has been so great.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having us here.
Of course. Yeah, thanks for coming.
See you guys next time. Maybe Drew will find another car by then. We'll see. Thanks, Drew. Thanks a lot.
See ya.